Hello everybody, and we continue our coverage of the second and final day for Egyptians voting inside Egypt for the rerun of the second phase. Right now we're joined by Dr. Ahmed Isaaq, political analyst. Dr. Ahmed, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. It's nice to be here with you.
Yes. Let's start with this piece of news. The run-offs for 101 individual seats of the upcoming House of Representatives began across 13 governorates on Wednesday. This round of the vote is running in 55 constituencies in 13 governorates, including 7 constituencies in Cairo governorate. Dr. Ahmed, thanks again for being with us. And what can we say about this second round and the rerun for the second round? What are your whatever you have observed and witnessed here?
First of all, what we can see is that there is yesterday and today there is a competition for 202 among 202 competitors, candidates for 101 seats. It's 118 of them are free independent candidates, and that means the majority, more than 50%, it's about 60% of the competitor of the candidates don't belong for any party. That maybe reflects or that we need to note how is these parties need to work more to on the ground, that because we need parties to be more effective, need more more competition in every round. The second point, we may note that the other competitors belonged for 11 parties. That means that we had every party, many parties had only 2 or 3 candidates in the rerun in the second phase. That means that also we need a lot of parties in the political process. Maybe
do we need
to be merged, or to be more merged in a lower number of parties, that way allow them to be more effective.
So we don't actually need more parties, we need fewer parties, and we need parties to get together and form stronger fronts or stronger parties, yes?
Sure.
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And across these 13 governorates this election is running through, we have 7 constituencies in Cairo governorate. Okay. What are your observations concerning Cairo, and are they the same in other governorates?
Maybe also in this phase we found that the participation of the voters is going lower, not a higher like
the turnout.
Yes, and maybe it's due to the repetition of many many phases, a repetition of them, that may push the voters to get bored, or maybe also the weather doesn't allow them. But we may note that the participation in this phase is going lower than before. That's very significant.
Is it only because of that's the reason is because of repeating or repetition or runoffs many times?
Many reasons. We are guessing it may be one of the reasons. It also may be there may be the weak or the effectiveness of the candidates in these districts. Maybe also it's one of the reasons.
Okay. Right now we're joined by our correspondent in the Qahleh governorate, Nermeen Abdurrahman. Nermeen, good evening. Tell us about your location and updates you have.
Hello, Mohammed. A very good afternoon. I am in Daqahliya in El Mansoura, the capital of the governorate. And I was, since the early morning, following up the voting process. As the polling centers here in Daqahliya, they all opened on time because today the weather is totally different than yesterday. Today it was sunny and no rains, and nothing delayed the opening of our polling stations. I all the time want to remind our viewers, Mohammed, of the numbers we have in Daqahliya, as Daqahliya is one of the biggest governorates. We do have more than 4.7 million eligible voters, and we do have a marathon here, 42 candidates competing for 21 seats distributed across 10 electoral districts. The voting process, Mohammed, went that smooth since 9 a.m., as I told you, and the turnout was from low to moderate in the morning, because, as you know, it's working day. But after the break, which lasts for an hour from 3 to 4, the turnout became a little bit heavier. And regarding the surroundings, regarding the services introduced to the citizens, whether by the employees, whether by the security personnel, everything is going smooth to make sure that all facilitations are presented to the voters to make the voting process a very fast one, just lasting for 2 or 3 minutes. In addition to, of course, the extra help given to the elderly and to people with special needs. Mohammed?
Nermeen, have you witnessed any irregularities or violations so far?
Until the moment, no irregularity took place, at least here in El Mansoura, where I am. And even when it comes to some events or incidents which took place in other polling centers, there were only 2 cases of fatigue. One of the security personnel in one of the polling stations in a country, in a village in the countryside of El Daqahliya, he felt bad, he felt some fatigue, and he was replaced immediately with one of his colleagues to shoulder his responsibility, in addition to one of the employees in another village. One was in Dukernis and the other was in Bani Abeid. Those are 2 of the towns affiliated to El Daqahliya Governorate. But regarding the other cities or other towns, in fact, there was a main operation room, headquarters in El Daqahliya Governorate building, and Major General Tar Marzouk, the governor, was following since the early morning all the incidents, all the events, and he had given his instructions and directives to the heads of the towns affiliated to El Daqahliya to interfere immediately if there is, and not only irregularity, but sometimes, for example, like yesterday, the heavy rain delayed only 5% of the judges to enter or to reach their constituencies, to reach their polling centers. And because of this, the governor instructed the public service officials to make sure that even the surroundings of the polling stations are okay, and reaching the polling station is not going to be at all a difficulty in front neither of the voters, nor of course to the employees or the judges. And he conducted phone calls with heads of districts, cities and neighborhoods to ensure that the electoral process had begun smoothly and continued smoothly all over the day.
So, Nermeen, you covered the first phase of elections, and I think it was again in the Daqahliya, and now we're doing the second phase, the rerun of the second phase. Have you noticed, have you witnessed any differences? Is it better this time? Is it what? How can you describe it compared to the first phase?
I can describe it to Muhammad as a continuation of the political awareness enjoyed by al-Daqqaliyya citizens. I think we are here in the Daqqaliyya, the only governorate all over Egypt to have the runoff in the 10 electoral districts. And as I said in the beginning, that we do have a marathon here, 42 candidates competing for 21 seats. And the Daqqaliyya citizens are very much aware of all the programs, all around the candidates. So the choice is going to be that accurate this time, and making sure that every vote counts. This is what's being circulated even among the citizens inside the lines in front of the polling centers. And it was also great to feel that every time the governor is speaking or his assistants are speaking, they stress the importance of transparency, of regularity, of neutrality, of being of the same distance of all the candidates. So it's serious. It's now in the hands of the citizens themselves. They now know more than any other time that they do own their future, and and their choices are going to form the coming parliamentary elections and to decide who is going to represent them in the coming House of Representatives, Mohammed.
Yes, our correspondent in the Daqqaliyya Governorate, Nermeen Abdulrahman, thank you very much indeed. And now let's get back to our discussion here with Dr. Ahmed Isaaq, political analyst. And Nermeen, our correspondent, Nermeen in the Daqqaliyya talked about transparency. What can you say about that, especially in this run-off for the second phase?
Indeed, we find that the National Election Authority allows different NGOs to cover and has a license to cover up the whole electoral process around Egypt, around the 13 governorates in this phase 1 and phase 2 and all phases, that reflects the high degree of transparency. It's also the NEA allows international organization and other many embassies that follow up and covers the whole electoral process in order to guarantee the highest degree of transparency. Also, we have different media, national and foreigner media that covers the whole process. So there is nothing to be hidden. It's all be watched all over the world by different partners, different members, national and international. That's a highest degree of transparency that we found all over the world.
Okay. Also, Executive Director of the National Election Authority, Councillor Ahmed Mimdari, had regular press conferences across or throughout the day. Do you think that was important for the sake of transparency?
Sure. It's the main importance of this point that we had a formal address for the whole media and the whole people, because we find sometimes fake news. We hear many different news. So we need the formal, and this press conference would give the whole people the right news, the right information that would be obtained, and we would base and build on.
Okay. Nermeen also talked about awareness, the awareness of citizens, and now they know that their vote counts, and they have a saying in their future. They can decide their future. Is it really there across the country, or we can say this is only in some areas in the country, in big cities, for example?
Yeah, sure. It's we can say that the new republic, with its democracy, we are going to towards the the maturity of the whole democracy system, because as we noticed that since the new republic we had the House of Representatives election 2015, 2020, and now 2025, that reflects the stability of the whole system, the whole democracy, and a strong, stable system, so that allow the people and raise their awareness that every vote counts, every vote is important, so they are member and they are participating in the whole political process. Maybe in order to choose their representative, they will reflect their intention in the legislation in the next 5 years.
Do you think, Dr. Ahmed, motives of voters in rural areas are the same like voters in urban areas?
Sure, it's totally different, especially when we are in the villages and in the border places. We may find the voters would choose their candidates according to or based on the family basis. It may be first or the highest motive for them. Maybe they know as the head of their family will will allow or will choose to a specific candidate. They will choose him. It doesn't matter if this candidate is belong to a party. It doesn't matter for them what is his agenda for the next 5 years in the House of Representatives. They are depending on the what they receive from the head of their family. It's the highest or the first important motive for them.
Yes, and back to the point of awareness. When we talk about the media, how far the media in Egypt, whether traditional media or let's say social media and so on, new media if we can say so, how far they manage to create awareness among citizens concerning voting in the elections?
If we make a comparison between the election nowadays or for 20 years ago, we would find that a huge coverage of the formal and social media for every step in the electoral process. It's raise the awareness, raise the motives of the people to participate. It may be helpful for them to get known for many and different candidates. Maybe they will get informed and get familiar for his agenda, how he would deal, how method of speaking or talking to the others. It's very helpful to them to get familiar and get more information about every candidate and the importance of the participation. But maybe there is a disadvantage that, especially in the social media, that there is a lot of fake news. Sometimes we may find that the competitors may raise fake news for their competitors, for the other one to defeat him or something like that. We hear that some of the competitors will withdraw from the election. It is not sure if it is right or wrong. So social media, sure, and the whole media, or nowadays media, is playing a great role or an important role to support the accessibility of the information and to get to know the candidates. It's also maybe there is a disadvantage that there is sometimes a use of fake news for the electoral process.
Well, talking of social media or new media, whether it's social media or online news agencies or portals, whatever, do you think they played an important part in setting the stage for the elections? I mean, how far they were used by candidates in publicity for them and showing or telling citizens in their constituencies about their agenda?
Sure. It becomes an easily for millions of people around the country. They had mobile, they had a data, so they had different social media. So through the whole different social media, they may get more information about every candidate, that everyone may have a page for him that announcing his programs, that also may include videos for him during his visit for the whole district with the people. So it's now this kind of media, it's a fact. So we had to or we have to deal with it. It is not, we can't ignore it. We all have to deal and keep with its advantage and disadvantage, because it's honestly it's very useful for the whole people to get information by one click through its mobile. So they would have a lot of information about the whole candidates.
So do you think candidates in urban areas focused more on social media for publicity, or it's the same in urban or rural areas?
Maybe the first main point for them is the personal relations and familiar relation. It's the high degree it's because
that's in rural areas, in the countryside.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I found I know many people, they are depending on the familiar and friendly relation before anything, because they are whatever they hear, whatever they may find. No, it doesn't matter. They only care about the personal relation with candidates. But it doesn't mean that the social media is not important. It's a very, very important. Especially we are step by step. This method as a media method will be spread all over the country, even in the rural places. It's would be step by step would be helpful. This kind of media will allow them to get more news or more information about the whole candidates.
Okay, talking of citizens or voters, if we talk about voters in the countryside and in areas that are far away from the capital or big cities, what do you think they need from the coming Parliament, House of Representatives?
These people especially would care about many, like people. We would like more legislation, especially for the nowadays. We found there is a call for a new legislation that would increase the sanctions for assault, sexual assault on children. Would be, it's one of the biggest problems that we face these days, and there is a calls for adopting more new legislation that would raise sanctions about the criminal who would commit this kind of crimes. It would be a first legislation for the agenda for the next years. There also would be a method which would be for the countryside. People would think about any kind of laws that would guarantee a minimum wages that would allow them to get better wages or better salaries that allow them to increase their standard of living. Maybe that's the main important points.
Yes, I think these are demands or requests not only from people living in the countryside or Upper Egypt, but almost everybody in Egypt. Dr. Ahmed Isaaq, a political analyst, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for more on Nile TV International. Thank you.